The young get vaccinated. Vaccine eligibility expands to teens, but the choices will be limited. Plus.
And can we extend this weather winning streak one more day? We'll have the answers.
A raid without warning. The NYPD bursts into a Queens family home, what they found and didn't find. This is News 4 Now for April 6th. I'm Rana Novini. A gut-wrenching scene in Brooklyn. Police are investigating a possible murder-suicide. 4 people killed. Police say the gunman shot and killed 3 women inside an apartment at the Van Dyke houses in Brownsville overnight. One of the victims is believed to be an ex-partner of the gunman. The others, a 20-year-old woman and a girl in her teens. We're told the man's 9-year-old daughter called 911. She was not hurt. Police found the suspected gunman dead in a walkway nearby. It's believed he turned the gun on himself. The race to vaccinate hits a much younger crowd in New York. Right now, everyone 16 and up can start getting the shot. For New York, it comes more than a month before President Biden's May 1st deadline for universal eligibility. Right now, though, only the Pfizer vaccine is approved for 16 and 17-year-olds. People over 18 can get the Johnson & Johnson shot, along with Moderna's vaccine. And the tri-state hit another new milestone in the vaccine rollout. More than 11 million people now have at least one shot of the vaccine. That breaks down to 34% of adults in New York, 36% in New Jersey, and 38% in Connecticut. Last month, police conducted what some call a no-knock raid at Tijuana Brown's home in Jamaica, Queens. Police were looking for drugs and guns, but they only found a small amount of marijuana. Brown's nephew was arrested, but the charges were later dismissed. She says her home is damaged and her family traumatized. Ring doorbell video shows officers raiding her home with a toddler inside. The NYPD released a statement saying the warrant was based on investigative evidence gathered due to complaints from the community about drug sales and firearms at the location. Brown says no drugs have been sold at her home, and since the raid, no one has offered an apology or reimbursement for the damage done to her home. An emotional vigil was held outside the White Plains Hospital where rapper DMX is on life support. Friends, fans, family gathered to be together and to pray. At one point, the crowd spilled over onto the sidewalk and onto the street. DMX, whose real name is Earl Simmons, is from Yonkers. Right now, he's on life support after suffering a heart attack on Friday. DMX rose to fame in the late 90s with a string of hits and also acted, appearing as himself in films and on television. Hundreds who grew up on his music are now praying he will pull through. In New Jersey, one restaurant goer was not happy when he was given a dining time limit, and he expressed his disapproval on his bill, but it's the server getting the last laugh. The customer didn't seem to believe in a widely adopted 90-minute rule at the Glenbrook Brewery in Morristown on Friday evening. It's to help with crowding and social distancing, so they paid their bill, $86, and that's it. They didn't leave a tip. Instead, a note that read in part, "Don't kick paying customers out after 90 minutes.
Not like we're trying to, keep people from staying here. It's just something that needs to happen in 50% capacity for a business to survive.
After a fellow server at another neighboring establishment posted this snapshot of the receipt, donations started pouring in for the server, nearly $2,000. A New York City Irish staple is back after shutting down at the start of the pandemic. Neary's used the shutdown to renovate, adding new tables, chairs, and wallpaper. But the owner says he still wanted the restaurant to look like the place people have loved dining in for more than 5 decades. The screams will last a little longer for roller coaster junkies in New Jersey. Six Flags Great Adventure is offering more time on its 12 roller coaster rides. The theme park in Jackson is adding 10 days for guests to enjoy those thrill rides this month and next month. We're told the number of tickets sold each night will be limited. The new Coaster Power Hours, which begin Friday, April 16th, will feature music, food, and a surprise each hour. So we have been experiencing some great weather. Dave, how long is this going to last?
Rana, the great weather is going to extend into this evening and tomorrow, too. In fact, until sunset, it's going to be mostly sunny. Temperature will hold during the late afternoon, early evening in the mid-60s. And then we'll see clear skies, a little bit of a breeze. 10 p.m., we'll see some clouds begin to roll on in, down to about 54 by about midnight, but still a pleasant evening at hand. We'll bottom out at 48 degrees, 30s as we head to the north and northwest, but still plenty comfortable for this time of the year, and we'll extend that winning streak into tomorrow, all the way up to 69 degrees, close to 70 throughout the region, and even where it's typically cooler, mid-50s to mid-60s. So all good. Keep in mind, we do see some changes in the forecast as we head into the weekend, and some showers take us through Saturday and Sunday. That's a quick look at the weather picture.
As we get further along on the road to recovery, no one wants to put the car in reverse, especially the city's entertainment venues that just began welcoming customers back. Mount Sinai is offering a rapid COVID test to help the cause, but as News 4's Adam Cooperstein reports, some venues are considering making vaccinations mandatory for admission.
Live music is back inside some of New York's most popular venues.
To feel the power, the energy, the adrenaline, the magic that is a live show was really, really moving.
To get into a show at City Winery, you have to wear a mask, get a temperature check, and fill out a health screening. But founder Michael Dorff is considering making vaccinations mandatory starting May 1st.
We want to have a vaccine policy. That's where we would like to be. If you have some medical reason, a religious reason, God forbid a political reason that you don't want to have a vaccine, a shot in your arm, then we would ask you to be tested within a very small window.
While some view vaccine passports as an added safety measure to help businesses reopen, they've also become controversial, with some Republican-led states like Florida even banning them.
I doubt that the federal government will be the main mover of a vaccine passport concept.
In a new interview, Dr. Fauci says the federal government will not mandate vaccine passports. But New York was the first state to launch a voluntary one called the Excelsior Pass.
Very convenient because I had both shots and I have, of course, the card.
And now Mount Sinai is hoping to make it even more convenient with a COVID saliva test, where results go directly to your Excelsior Pass.
We guarantee the result within 48 hours, although about 85% of our results are back within 24.
Dr. David Rich says the saliva test is meant for fast-tracking reopening, and that's why you do have to pay out of pocket.
As we want to increase the number of people that can be in a particular place, let's say a sports stadium or a theater or a catering event like a wedding, what we want to do is have the risk as low as it possibly can be.
At the Shed in Hudson Yards, they don't use the Excelsior Pass, but to see a performance, you do have to show a negative COVID test or full vaccination. And once vaccines become available to all, City Winery believes their guests will be more comfortable knowing it's no vaccine, no concert.
Gotta wear shoes and a shirt to come into our space. We don't want you to bring your gun, and we would prefer if you had a vaccine.
Adam Cooperstein, News 4 New York.
Let's check in with New York Live to see what they have going on today.
If you're looking for a staycation with a heaping spoonful of history and that oozes with charm, look no further than Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Today we're taking you to a very special place.
Hi, welcome to Aquaba Mansion Bed and Breakfast. My name is Monique Greenwood, and I've been running the inn for 25 years.
Monique, it is lovely to see you. Thank you for welcoming us to Aquaba Mansion.
Yes, well, you know, Aquaba means welcome in a language spoken in Ghana, West Africa.
So you bought the mansion, then you became editor-in-chief of Essence magazine, and all this was kind of happening at the same time. How did you juggle that?
It was a juggle because I would make breakfast in the morning and then go make a magazine. And then I gave Essence up to expand this. So this was my first location, and now there are 4 additional bed and breakfasts in different cities.
Let's talk about this mansion. When was it built?
It was built in 1860, and at that time this was all farmland, and then the brownstones were developed at the turn of the century.
How much of the property is the original pieces?
Just about everything. I mean, we have the original parquet wood floors. Every room here on the first level has a fireplace. Even the door hinges are original. So we call this our ballroom. We love to entertain, but it's always hilarious because guests will come in here and take over the dance floor, just the 2 of them. So this is our parlor, our living room. So guests will sit in here by the fire, have great conversation. And what I tried to do is to be true to the period of the property, but also to the brand, incorporating some of the Afrocentric throughout the property. So this is a long staircase because we have high ceilings.
Another thing you don't get much of in Brooklyn.
We've tried to hold on to the original details while adding modern touches.
Monique, thank you for taking me on a tour of this magical mansion. I see many staycations in my future.
All right, cheers to getting away.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.